Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at a pretty revolutionary way to learn: how to turn an absolutely overwhelming amount of information into pure, focused knowledge, and do it incredibly fast. Okay, just imagine this for a second. You've got a super important certification exam coming up in just a couple of days. It's critical for your career, the only study material you have, a 30-hour online video course. It feels completely impossible, right? I mean, that's 30 hours of dense lecture you somehow need to absorb, understand, and then recall perfectly. But now, what if you could take that entire 30-hour mountain of information and compress it all down into a perfectly organized 3-hour study system? And I don't mean just a simple summary. I'm talking about a complete learning framework built for you and totally guided by you. So let's dive into exactly how that works. So this whole explainer, it's actually built around the incredible work of a student named Sung Hyun. He was staring down this exact problem, and instead of just giving up, he engineered this amazing AI-powered workflow to solve it. Okay, so the specific challenge was something called the Service Management Ability Test, or SMET. Now, people in his online communities were saying that preparing for this thing usually takes, 3 to 6 months. He had 2 to 3 days, and the only resource he had was this 30-hour lecture series on YouTube. Watching it all was completely out of the question, so he had to figure out a way to basically learn it all without watching it all. You know how it is. There's a new AI tool popping up practically every single day, and it's so easy to get overwhelmed. But Son's approach was really different. He didn't try to use everything under the sun. Instead, he built a super focused system around 3 core tools, where each one had a very specific job to do. And what's so beautiful about this setup is just how simple it is. It's basically a logical assembly line for knowledge. You have Notebook LM at the start, that's the intake, grabbing all the raw material. Then you have Claude, which is the processor, shaping that material exactly how you want it. And finally, you've got Obsidian, which is like the warehouse, a permanent, searchable digital brain. So it's one tool to capture, one to process, and one to store. Super clean. So you might be wondering, how does the processor talk to the warehouse? Well, the little piece of magic that connects everything is a tool called an Obsidian MCP server. The best way to think of it is like a special key that you give to Claude. It lets the AI unlock your Obsidian app and automatically create and file away all the notes it's generating for you. It's the bridge that really makes the whole automated system possible. So, how does all of this fit together in practice? Well, this isn't some clunky manual process where you're copying and pasting a million times. The real beauty of this system is that it creates this beautifully efficient automated pipeline for turning a video lecture into real actionable knowledge. Here's the flow. It's so simple. First, he just drops a YouTube lecture link into Notebook LM. Second, he copies the full, clean transcript it spits out. Third, he pastes that whole transcript into Claude. But here's the key. He includes a pre-written template, a detailed set of instructions on exactly how he wants his notes to be structured. And finally, he just hits enter. And boom, Claude, using that MCP server, automatically creates a perfectly formatted note directly inside his Obsidian app. That is it. Then he just repeats that for all 60 lectures. And what comes out the other end of this pipeline, it's not just some messy text file, The result is this highly structured, super searchable knowledge base, a true digital brain. So what does a note that's generated by this system actually look like? Well, because of those custom instructions he gave to Claude, every single note is just precision engineered for maximum learning efficiency. The AI automatically goes through the text and flags the most critical information from the lecture, labeling it key exam points. It's almost like having a personal tutor who's already watched the whole thing and is pointing out exactly what you need to focus on. And this really highlights the power of a good template. I mean, every single note for all 60 of those lectures followed the exact same format. It flagged important warnings, it estimated how often a topic shows up on exams, and it even used a PDF of past tests he gave it to automatically generate practice questions. This consistency is just so crucial because it prevents cognitive overload. The system also used something called Zettelkasten numbering, which is a method for linking ideas, making it way faster to find information with AI later. Your brain isn't wasting energy on the layout. It's just focused on learning. Okay, and here's the really crucial point. This system, it isn't just for cramming for an exam. Once you build this knowledge pipeline, you can point it at basically anything. It's an incredibly powerful framework for acquiring any new skill you want, and even for creating something completely new from scratch. And that's exactly what he did next. First, he took the same system and applied it to teaching himself Blender, which is a notoriously complex 3D modeling program. He just fed it foreign language tutorials and had it break them down into manageable steps. But then he took it even further, moving from just learning to pure creation. In just 3 hours, he produced this absolutely stunning 1 minute and 40-second sci-fi short film. And get this, he had never done video editing before. He used AI to generate the story, the visuals, the background music, and even the professional narration. This right here is the ultimate proof of the system's power. It's a launchpad not just for consuming knowledge, but for creating something brand new. But really, underneath all these tools and all these workflows, there's a powerful mindset shift about how we should be approaching artificial intelligence. It's a philosophy that puts you firmly in control. And this quote just sums up his entire process perfectly. So often, we treat AI like this magic box and just kind of hope it gives us what we want. But the right approach is to see yourself as the driver. The AI is an incredibly powerful vehicle, for sure, but it doesn't have a destination of its own. You have to be the one holding the steering wheel, giving it clear instructions, and telling it exactly where you want to go. See, what this really means is that you are the architect. You design the system. You are the one who crafts the templates and the instructions that guide the AI. By setting up your own framework like this, you transform that overwhelming fire hose of information and AI capabilities into a focused, precise tool that serves your specific goals, whether that's passing an exam, learning a new skill, or creating a work of art. Ultimately, this approach transforms AI from something that could be a distraction into a powerful co-pilot for accelerated learning and creativity. It proves that with the right system, we can achieve some pretty incredible things in a tiny fraction of the time. The only question left really is, if you're the one behind the wheel, where are you going to go?